What's up, guys? So appreciate you tuning in. It is the next day from my last video. Back out here, I got me some wrenches to try to get the hoses off. It is a pretty crappy, sloppy day. I've just put the putter in 4-wheel drive. It's actually freaking raining right now, and it's about 40 degrees, but it is really unpleasant out. Like, the wind is blowing really hard. I could not have chose a worse day, I feel like, to have to come work on this thing. But the weather is about to get really brutal, apparently. We've had an extremely mild winter, and from the sounds of it, that's about to change for the next week or so. And so I want to try to get these hoses changed before then. So I am pulling up into the field here now. There's the trackhoe. Drive over here about as close as I can to it. It's 39 or 40 degrees right now. It's gonna be -3 in a few days. So I feel like now is as good a time as any to try to hurry up and get these hoses off. So like I said, it is, if it wasn't raining, it wouldn't be as bad, but yeah, it's starting to rain now. Of course, now that I get out here, it's starting to rain. Whew. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is colder than a witch's titty out here. This wind is brutal. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize, because I'm sure the wind is gonna be hitting the camera terrible. But it's tough. It's really tough on my hands. I hate to sound like a sissy, but this is some tough weather right here. Uh-oh, here our fire department over there got their sirens on. Maybe y'all can hear them. There's a fire department just literally right through those trees, and it's one of the Shelby County departments. Hello, friend. We have returned. Gonna try to save you. We're here to help. We're farmers. We're here to help. I guess I'll start with the easy one up there. Get it off first. I feel like this is an OSHA violation. Let me see here. It's a little slippery up here. There. I'm trying to avoid falling off of here. Should have brought a hammer. Definitely should have brought a hammer. Who needs a hammer? You got 2 crescent wrenches. Scrap's got to be insanely difficult to get off. Up on top of a boom, I got nowhere to hardly stand or anything, and then I don't want to break loose. Got her. You just got to get mad at it sometimes. There's one hose. I'm not as excited to take this other one off.
after how freaking hard that one was to get off. I gotta try to get up under there. And I may go back to the truck and get my ratchet and stuff to take that top shield off right there. I want to see if I can do it without taking it off though. I need a little guy to get in here. Let's see. Oh crap. I knew it. I told you guys yesterday I was gonna need some Allens. And I'll be dang it if that ain't what that needs. Crap, yep. It's 4 Allen bolts. Son of a gun, I don't have it. Well, not coming in my service truck has once again bit me in the butt. Because it is Allen's. A lot of times these hoses, I mean, I saw this fitting and I saw it up there, so I just assumed that that's the kind of fitting would be down there. It is not. It runs to the whole main unit, and it's got a flat face that goes up against it and has Allen screws in there. I should have known. I mean, I was assuming that yesterday. I don't have any Allens. Got one hose off. There's not a whole lot of point in going and getting that one fixed unless I can get this one fixed at the same time. I don't want to make 2 trips. Crap. Well, I guess I might have to go back and get my service truck. Here we go. Got one hose. Take it to the truck. Go get my service truck. Come back out here. That'll burn about 45 minutes. One bad thing is farm. I like working this ground out here. I mean, this is my farm. I love this farm. But it is a bit of a drive. This is a prime example of why you just come prepared for anything. I was at the shed, could have got my service truck, but I was like, man, I've already got my tools in there, and it was a crescent wrench. I went against what I thought. I just knew it was a dang Allen wrench in there, or Allen bolts on this thing. Went against my better judgment. Now we're driving back to get the service truck. I want to add something here. Driving back, go get the service truck. And today is January 9th. I have officially been married for 9 years. My wife and I got married on January 9th, 2015. And it's been awesome. I gotta tell you guys, if I could give you a great piece of advice to anybody that's wanting to be a farmer, an entrepreneur of any sort, because that's what farmers we ultimately are. We're business owners. Farming is a business, so you're an entrepreneur. And if you want to get into something like this, I can't stress enough the importance of getting a good woman, or if you're a woman watching, getting you a good man. I mean, you need you a good partner in life to support you in this, because there are highs and lows in farming. Last year was a prime example of lows. Like I've told you guys, that financially it was not great. I mean, it was bad. It's the only way to put it. And my wife has stood by me on it. She never was, you got to get out of this thing. And she had my back in it. You want to be a good businessman or businesswoman, get you a supportive spouse that's going to have your back in all of it. So, like I said, 9 years. It's my anniversary today. I'm blessed with a very awesome woman. This repair job is going to be continued, because it is now snowing and raining. It's dropped down to almost 35 degrees now. And so I'm not going back out there right now. It's not supposed to rain or snow tomorrow. So dadgummit, I'm waiting a day. All right, guys, I'm back. It's the second day. Yeah, if you notice, I've got the same shirt on here, but I've got a different undershirt, thank you very much. So I did shower and change clothes since then. Now, having said that,
We're in old dirty service truck here. We're headed in. It was so sloppy yesterday. It started snowing when I got out of here. I was like, man, I'm just not coming back to work in the snow and the rain. Out here today, it's actually a lot warmer. The wind is not blowing 30 miles an hour, and it is still very sloppy. This truck is really heavy. It's got all terrains on it, so it don't grip near like my mud tires. Yeah, we spinning out right there. I'm gonna gather a bunch of tools, probably chunk them in my little backpack. I brought it with me. Get a bunch of Allens and try to see if we can't get this darn hose off. And I'm gonna take a hammer and make it a little easier breaking loose that other hose, that other end. Well, we're back again. Man, it feels so much better today though. Sun's shining, it ain't raining and snowing. Yeah, I need to try to pull that out a little bit. All right, I got quite a few sets of Allens in here, hammer, crescent wrench. Think I got what we need. Hope so anyways. But dang it, no, I don't have what we need. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if we can't get these things off of here. Don't really need this extension right now. It ought to be good and oiled up. Which again, that's why I'm wearing these overalls. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. So y'all can see, man, that really opens up a whole bunch. So again, this is the hose. Runs up under there. And actually, you can see, it's this one right here. So it helps open it up. It's still gonna be kind of a butt to get it out of there. Just because there's a lot of stuff in the way. You know, it sure would have been nice if it was like that one right there. Which that one actually, I believe, was one that was leaking that I've already fixed. I think I had to put a new O-ring on it. Or I may have to replace that hose. The hose looks fairly new. You can see all these dang hoses. That's why trackhoe can be a lot of fun blowing hoses. Gotta take a second to show you guys. Check it out. S&K USA, baby. These things were made in USA. My grandfather used S&K on quite a bit of stuff. And I'm kind of a, you know, I like to get American made as much as I possibly can. And especially tools. Because I'm kind of the, what do they call it? Buy once, cry once kind of thing. Or you spend a good bit on it, but you got a good tool. It's pretty much how I believe. Okay, got an extension here.
this bottom one is really kind of being difficult to get in there. I've got a pretty good idea. I'm gonna have to go get an L handle to get in there. Let's see if I can even get in this other one. There's so much crap in them too. You know, and a lot of people in farming have very much this grass is greener philosophy, where like every farm they don't have is the farm that they need. And I mean, I've been guilty of that myself. But there's a lot of farms out there that really and truthfully probably are not that good, but people just think they need it because they don't have it. So they go after it. And you got farms that probably aren't worth anywhere near what the people are getting for it, but it's just this mentality of I gotta have more all the time, instead of really focusing on what you got and trying to maximize it. It's like I said, it's this always greener mentality where, oh man, that farm I get that I don't have over there, that sure would be a good farm to have. And sometimes that's true, but like I said, it can get kind of ridiculous at some point. All right, I had to bust out my dental tools here, try to clean this thing out a little bit better. My knife is just not able to quite get in there far enough. Afraid I'm about to have almost stripped out this freaking Allen head. So I walked back to the truck, got my L wrench, see if I got any better luck with it getting in there. I just got to get it in there far enough. All right, got a pretty good seat right there. If I can just, there we go. There we go. You know, when you get the right tool for the job, it just does a lot better. Who'd have thought? Who would have ever thought that such a thing would be the truth? I got it broke loose, so I may can get it with this now. Yeah, there we go. The fun part is this is the ones I can actually see. The other ones are down in the bottom. I can't see those, so they'll be even more fun. But yeah, this is that, like I said, a flat face. A lot of them, they go up on there. It's funny. I mean, there's a couple that I can see really well. Of course, it's not those that ever blow. It's always the one you can't get to. Yeah, that one's pretty boogered up looking. Have to be a little cautious putting it back in there. But these picks, these things are awesome because you can clean out the grooves in there and really get your Allen to seat in there. I think we'll still be all right. So right there is where I've taken out 2 of them. The other 2 are down in there a little ways further. It's that hose right there that I'm tapping. I took those 2 out, and the other 2 are down at the bottom. It's a flat face. It's pretty common on most of your track hose. You got these Allen bolts that hold them on. There will be an O-ring in there as well. I'll have to check, make sure it's not damaged, messed up. I've got a pretty good selection of O-rings on my truck, so if it looks even slightly damaged, I'm probably going to replace that as well. I try to keep this channel family friendly for the most part. So in doing so, I had to quit recording myself, but I did get it finally removed. I got that other bolt broke out of there, broke loose, got it out, and I was able to wiggle the hose hard enough that it came out that way. I got the other, this is the face type deal that holds it on there. I'm gonna clean that up real good. Oh, I'm gonna pull the other one off too. I got it broke loose because once the hose was out of the way, I could get my ratchet in there, but with the hose in the way, I couldn't get it in there. So here's the other end of that hose. It's right here. I'm gonna take it loose from here now, and then I'll pull it out of there. But
I was absolutely losing my cool. So figured it best to turn off the camera, because I might have said one or two foul words in the process. It doesn't help that everything is slicker than owl crap in here. Okay. From all the oil everywhere, my shoes, it's like standing on ice. Nice. I can see the problem we're gonna run into already. All right. Now I'm gonna do my best to not hit this handle loose and shatter my glass over here with the crescent wrench, because that would really make me extra happy. But yeah, you can see why this is gonna be fun, because this hose is flexing where this is a steel line. It's kind of moving on me. Yep, and like an idiot, I took my other crescent wrench out of there. So now I'm gonna have to walk back to the truck for like the 4th time now, get the other crescent wrench. Got my other crescent wrench put on there. I'm about to put my gloves on, because a couple of wise men, two quotes that I've learned, and it's quotes to live life by. The first one is from the late and great Colonel Sanders. And he said, "I'm too drunk to taste this chicken." Now what that has to do with anything that I'm doing, I don't know. I just felt compelled to share that. And the second one is, always wear your gloves. And so, especially when you're doing something where it's gonna break loose and you could smash the living crap out of your fingers. So, I've already been angry enough today as it is, trying to get those parts out. I don't need to make it worse by absolutely obliterating my hands. I can, golly, this thing is so freaking, if I can just get it to break loose. Dang, man, oh man, this is fun. I'm having a good time today, guys. Holy Bill, woo! That is tight, folks. That is tight. It just flexes just enough to make it not want to come loose. Really trying to improvise here. Putting my backpack up against my stomach, chest area here to give me a little extra cushion to pull against. I think I got it. Might have got a hernia in the process, but yes. There you go, guys. Just requires a little bit of ingenuity on your part. Look at that. Nothing to it. Once it's broke loose, it thankfully does come off fairly easy. Just gotta kind of wiggle the hose a little bit. Oh man. Jeez. I don't know if that has a, I think it's supposed to, okay, it's got a O-ring up inside there. Lord have mercy. Woo! The bad thing is, while I'm in here, I noticed something else that I'll show you guys. So, here's the hose I just took off. Check this one out. That one's gonna be the next one to go. Runs right there. Oh, geez. A proactive man would probably go ahead and change that one. I might try just to see if I can break those loose up in there pretty easily. These bolts in here. Oh, I can maybe get to them. If I can get those loose somehow, honestly, I might just go ahead and get it made as well. It would be smart to do. This other hose don't look bad. I don't see any other hoses that just look really bad. Well, now that I say that, that one right there is looking pretty raunchy. But it runs up in there, and I'm not fooling with it right now. But I'm kind of torn. I probably ought to go ahead and pull this one hose
get it fixed as well. Show you guys something I like to do. If you ever find yourself in a similar predicament, always have you some blue towels. See my spread of tools here now. I've had to continually add to it, but always have you some shop towels. And I take them, I like to wad them up and stick them into the hole and leave them there, because I'm probably gonna not have time to get these made today. There's a helicopter. So I'll stick them in there, get back out here tomorrow, get them put back on. But you get those holes kind of blocked off, keeps trash or dirt or anything from falling in there. If something were to happen and I can't get back out here as soon as I'd like to, it just keeps stuff from getting in there. I'm gonna even, I'll stuff one up into that hose. I put some up in those up there. So I am unfortunately gonna try to take this other hose off. Okay, here's another hose off. Trying not to run oil everywhere. And got it all off of here. It's wild. I mean, it is truly wild how much easier it is to take off the hose when you can get to the dadgum thing. Got that hose off where you can see where the towel is. I was able to put the Allen wrench in and then use my crescent wrench to break it loose. Wildly easier. I mean, man, if they just make stuff where you could get to it to work on it, it wouldn't be near as awful, but you can't get to anything. All right, got that hose off, and that hose off. Get 3 freaking hoses made for this thing. I'm gonna gather all my tools up. Probably lay the shield back on there just in case I don't get back out here today. And yeah, man, I'll be glad to get this thing back going. I gotta buy about probably 50 gallons of hydraulic oil or whatever. I'm gonna have to see what this holds, because it drained just about every bit of oil out of it. So I gotta get that. One of the things that really frustrates me around here, and this is something I kind of live by, and I've obviously learned that not everybody else does, but I don't eat my own. Now, what I mean by that is, like, look, farming is a competition. It's a competitive industry. There's only so much land out there, so it's hard to get land. It's hard to come by, and I'm not immune to that. It's taken me about 10 years to get my operation to where it is, and I'm still not quite where I want to be yet. But I mean, I could probably be closer to where I want to be if I was willing to compromise on kind of how I believe that a person ought to be. And that philosophy is, don't eat your own. And what I mean by that is, if you're a young, or not even necessarily a young, but if you're a small farmer and you're trying to pick up ground, don't go after ground that another small farmer has. You're in the same challenge as them. Like if you're in a farming area, I guess you say, then you probably have several small farmers, and then you probably have some big farmers. And now for me, when I say a big farmer, I'm talking 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 plus acres. That's a big farmer to me. If I was gonna go out and look hard at different farms to try to pick up ground, I immediately avoid any that I know a small farmer's working. If a dude's working like 800 acres or even 1,500 acres, like even honestly, if a guy around here is working 2,500 acres, like his land's not even on my radar. And I've never gone and tried to call and bid more money. Like, that's one thing a lot of these guys will do. They'll call these landlords and they'll be like, I'll give you more rent than so-and-so is paying. And you know, some people say that's business. To me, it gets a little shady when you start doing that, but it gets really crappy when a small farmer does that to another small farmer. Like, I'm like, dude, you're eating your own. Like, you are a small farmer, you understand the struggle and the challenge of being a small farmer.
So you're gonna go make it even more difficult on the fellow small farmer who's basically trying to survive. Like, and another way I'd put it is, everybody needs their acres for their cash flow, but a guy working 15,000 acres is gonna be far less impacted if he lost 300 acres than the guy that works 800 acres if he loses 300 acres. I mean, that 300 acre farm to the 800 acre farmer, that could actually make him pretty much go broke. Don't be don't be crappy, man. Don't eat your own. That's just something I encourage you to live by. Check this out, guys. Look at this weapon I got. It's an empty container of Metamucil. You know, people can laugh, but I am a fan of taking Metamucil. I'm 32 years old, and man, it helps you out, you know, keeps you clean, man, keeps you regular, be the word. Not clean, that's a weird way of putting it, but it keeps you regular. Not sponsored by Metamucil, but if they want to sponsor, that's fine. All right, I'm about to cut this thing and make something I can put these in and spray a lot of brake cleaner on. So this is where farmers, we drive like our wives crazy, because I'm saving both of these things for something to clean out. I might need to use it to clean something out again, so I'm gonna just save them in there. All right, I got those cleaned up. You can see how clean that is in there. An Allen wrench will go right down in there, perfect. I even cleaned up the threads, probably lubed the threads up a little bit, but so much better. That one I kind of need to dig out in there a little more, I think, but I will get those cleaned out. Makes putting it back together so much easier. And I'm gonna save my toothbrush. You know, I don't want to, can't be wasting all this stuff. It's pretty often we have to clean stuff off with brake cleaner, so that will it'll be used again, I can assure you. We've reached pretty much the end of the day for me. Doing my routine here. Cows over here. I like to just kind of give them a little treat today. So I got a little protein there. You'll see Annabelle, the big one. She is such a turd. You have to pour 2 piles because she doesn't like to let them eat. She wants to eat all of it. There she comes. Look at her. She's already like frantic to get up here. Annabelle, what are you doing? Don't be a turd. Watch it. Look at it. Dipstick. So, just fill up these tubs, old mineral tubs. Yeah, watch her. She's terrible. About to get up here to the house and jump in the shower, call it a day. Catch you guys next time.